Now, because Judge QC Wright had retired, I don't pity and blame her, papers were passed on to Judge Kofi. Okay, can we get this? Just there, sitting at County Court at Liverpool Civil and Family Division, that's the High Court. Right, okay. As we said, we're going to put the papers up to show that Will Metropolitan Borough Council was guilty of gross negligence as signed off by the High Court in Liverpool. Okay, let's go up a bit. Look at that. And that it was to be disposed of, that is compensation to begin, on the 6th of September 2018. Now, the disposal hearing, number 2 down there, it says disposal hearing on the 6th of September 2018 be vacated. It just means that the court isn't going to sit. Okay? And so it was to go to 30 minutes length, number 3. Roughly 30 minutes, okay. This is an order by the High Court of the County Court Liverpool to Birkenhead County Court to dispose of this case of gross negligence in that particular court, because you see how it was in Birkenhead County Court. There was a case of defamation to be heard by Judge Hennessey. When Judge Hennessey was informed by the defendants that they had been found guilty, here it is, found guilty of gross negligence, that the council, Wirral Metropolitan Borough Council, had been found guilty of gross negligence, that they then mentioned this to Judge Hennessey, and hence she became aware of this case in Liverpool County Court, the High Court, and asked for the papers to come to Birkenhead Court. And what did she do with the papers? She set aside this order, and she had no right to set aside this order, and I faced her with this. Oh, there'll be those outside say, oh, you can only do it behind a computer screen as like a keyboard warrior, blah blah. No, matey boys, I faced her with this, and I'll give you the documentation that I faced her with this, face to face. Give me any day, face to face. She had no legal right. She committed malfeasance in public office. And I told her that. And do you know something? The police agree with me. If you've seen my other uploads, the police agree with me that this woman has committed a criminal act. You can't say fairer than that. 2 detective sergeants have agreed, but they're not going to do anything about it, that this woman, this Hennessey, has committed a criminal act. Now then, where are we here? Okay, so that's the order. That's the set order, and it's a sealed order of High Court Liverpool. Sealed. It cannot be broken. The seal of the verdict of the High Court Liverpool cannot be broken by a district judge. Okay? Can't be. It can't be broken. It is a settled case, and nobody but a High Court or Appeal Court, which is the High Court, can overrule. Alright? So anybody that tells you any otherwise, tell them to sod off. Because you can't overrule a higher court than your own court. District courts are the lowest of the lowest courts. They are the lowest courts. Well, we say that unless you get a tribunal. But within the court system, Crown courts, criminal courts, civil courts, within that jurisdiction, within that area, within that sphere, within that little world, they're nothing but little children. The county courts, where there's a district judge. The district judge is totally inferior to the courts that are above them. But this court, with this judge, has taken on a higher court. It's like a child rebelling against the parent. A child wants to be like his parents, in full control. He wants more power than he actually has. And Judge Hennessey is the same. And there are many Judge Hennesseys out there. And even in the high courts there are those that believe themselves to be above their own standing and authority. It's despicable. Despicable. It is. Again, it doesn't happen in business. If it happen, well, it does happen in business occasionally. It is occasionally seen, but then it is vanquished. Person comes out, I'm this, I'm that. No, you're not. Not in my business, you know. I pay you to serve the company. You serve the company as per contract. I serve the company as per contract. Everybody serves the company as per contract. We're not allowed of ourselves to dictate and determine how we're going to serve the company. These buggers are determining how they're going to serve the general public rather than serve the law to the general public. And that's all it's about in these courts. It's about the law. Fairness and equity by the law. Not dishonesty by these beggars. Anyhow. Again, and we'll continue to repeat this and repeat it and to repeat it. If you have documentation that is evidenced, stick it up on the internet. Don't be feared. Stick it up. Stick it up. Have the police wronged you? Stick it up. And then say why they have. Stick the paperwork up on the internet. Has the council or another body done something to you? Stick it up on the internet. Show everybody. Let's have this out. Let's have this out as a community of people, decent people. Oh, but they might sue me for defamation. How can they sue you for defamation? How can the documentation that I've put up to this very date be a source of defamation? It's not. It can't be. It's impossible. Do you know there is more protection against defamation than defamation itself? And this is why there's very, very few cases of defamation go to the court. It's hard to prove defamation. And if you are with documentation that proves your side, it's not defamation, can never be defamation. George Hennessey, I could go on and on and on and on and on about George Hennessey. She can't do me. Because she's admitted doing what she's doing. There's no rebuttal. No shouting and screaming from this woman. I've made it pig in plain. I've put it to her. You've done this. Do you know when are we in court? 4th February this year. I told her straight to straight. You're a criminal. You've just broken the law. Did she turn round and say, no, I haven't? Oh no, she wanted the security. She tried to shut me up. Tried to shut me up. If you were sitting where Judge Hennessey sat, if I was sitting where Judge Hennessey sat, if anybody with an upright heart, as it were, good person, there'd have been, how dare you, and all this business, how dare you? Somebody says something to you in the picking street, and you say, how dare you? How dare you say that against me? What do you think a judge is going to say? A judge? If you say, well, you're a criminal, you shouldn't have done that, that's against the law. Aren't they going to turn around and say, how dare you? Explain yourself. I'm a judge, you're threatening my position. I have high office, a trusted office. I'm a dispenser of the law. You can't say that to me unless you can prove it. She'd go ballistic at me. No. You'd go ballistic. I'd go ballistic. Anybody of a decent nature would go ballistic. If you saw that you were being defamed, you'd go ballistic. Where's your pigging proof? Hey? But not this judge. Neither the court. Neither the police, who back us up that this judge has committed gross misconduct in public office. And I really, really, truly hope that tomorrow we get this battle that's been going on now for 3 years against this judge settled. 3 years. This old lady never thought that this would go on. Nobody would ever think this go on. But this is what you have when you get corrupt judges. If you get a good judge, wow, you're welling. You're welling. And I've had some good judges. You're welling. Because, quite frankly, within half an hour, the matter has been dealt with. Because when you've got a good judge, that means honesty. And honesty is short. Deals with things there and then. Honesty is simple. It's sweet. It's precise. And it doesn't cost an enormous amount of time. When you're dealing with dishonest people and dishonesty, you get 3 years of this. Hillsborough 25 pigging years. And it's still not over, really. That's what dishonesty does. You see, this is why I always promote and say to people, be honest. Because once you've been honest, that's it. That's over and done with. If you're being dishonest, you've not only got to have a good memory, but the point about it is dishonesty then creates more dishonesty and more dishonesty, and it's a perpetual round that just does not stop until somebody puts on the brakes, and somebody has to be somebody outside. Outside. Anyhow, this order was never, ever, ever challenged by Wirral Metropolitan Borough Council. Metropolitan Borough Council, the Wirral Metropolitan Borough Council never challenged this. And even when given 7 days to challenge this being disposed of in Birkenhead County Court, I've just realised something, County Court. Yes, sorry, I was just, something just realised to me. They never objected to this being heard. Okay. Sorry, I've just realised something there. Ah, right, got it. Sorry, I've just seen something. I've just seen something. Right, yes, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I've just seen something that I didn't see before. Okay, right, so, right. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Right. Okay. So, that's that. The defendants accept. Right. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I forgot to put in there, by the way, what I, in the latest letter, what I put in other letters. The fact that the court itself gives permission, okay, for the defendants to have this order set aside. Okay, this order has been made without hearing. Any party affected may apply within 7 days of its service to vary or set it aside. That's within 7 days. Okay, well, the defendants didn't. Okay, within 7 days, great, that's it. Yeah, I forgot to put that in the latest letter, but there you go. There you go. Let's be all honest, let's put out the documentation. And if the other parties were shouting and screaming, then we will put that up. we would put that up. Okay.